Here's the Shabibo rage. Let's watch Shabibo malding.
Not a red wave. This was not only not a red wave, it was not a red tide, it was barely a red trickle. Barely a red trickle, which means heads should roll. When your football team is expected to go 16-0, it's one thing if your football team then proceeds to go 14-2 or 10-6. If your football team proceeds to go 8-8, people get fired. The entire coaching staff, the entire leadership team in the Republican Party needs to go, and it needs to go now. Now, I spoke to the Republican House Caucus back in 2021, and I said to them, if somehow you fail to take the House, given the conditions that you have been given, every one of you ought to lose your jobs. Well, they're barely going to take the House, and I mean barely going to take the House. The current estimate suggests that Republicans are going to win somewhere between 8 and 15 seats in the House. They started off with 212. That means they will end up on the low end at 220 out of 435, which means that they would have a 5-seat majority in the House after starting with just a 10-seat minority in the House. That is an extraordinary.
Well, he says this like he's in one of the main mouthpieces of the GOP. No. This is one area where Ben Shapiro, unironically, is closer to the Republican Party's operatives than he is to the Republican Party's voters. He's constantly trying to maintain this delicate balance of pushing the culture war shit while also simultaneously truly wanting to make an earnest effort to, like, eviscerate Palestinians or make sure that, there's even further tax cuts and further deregulation. Like, a lot of Republicans don't care. A lot of Republican voters just care about the culture war shit. Ben also cares about the Republican Party. Okay? He also maintains this delicate balance by hiring motherfuckers like Michael Knowles and Candace Owens to say the psychotic shit, Matt Walsh, to say the psychotic shit so he can turn around and sometimes say, I'm the reasonable person here. He's mad because he thinks that, he sees the writing on the wall that, like, not enough crazy folk are in the ranks of the loyalist ranks of the Republican Party to go out and vote on the let's murder trans people campaign or there's crime happening everywhere campaign. He'll keep pumping those narratives, but he recognizes that, like, there's more to it than that.
Really crappy result. In the Senate, the Republicans look like they are going to be on the losing edge of this one. Basically, the entire Senate comes down right now to Georgia, where it looks like there will be a runoff between Herschel Walker and Raphael Warnock. Arizona, not all the votes are in because apparently all the votes in Arizona are counted by a single blind nun working in Mozambique. And so we have to take at least 7 years to count all the votes in Arizona. And the same thing holds true in Nevada. If you have to ballpark the outcome.
Yeah, dude, Western states are so bad at vote counting, though. It's true. The further west you go, the dumber the counting process gets, especially Southwest. He's not wrong about that. It's insane. It is literally insane. Like, California is great for many different things, but it is wild to me that it takes like 6 weeks minimum for like any consistent number to come out. It's always projections. Same with Arizona. Arizona takes too long. Nevada, oh my fucking God. What the fuck is happening, dude? The only reason why you get information out of California is projections. Like, it's so stupid. It takes like 6 weeks for like the true winner to officially be declared in California in any race.
Comes to those races right now. What you would figure is that Republicans, in order to gain control of the Senate, would need to take.
That's not how you say Nevada? Crazy.
Take 2 out of.
Learn how to fucking count in Nevada, and then I'll say it right.
Those 3. Republicans, I think, may still take Nevada. It looks as though they're going to lose Arizona. And that runoff with Herschel, we're going to get another Senate runoff in Georgia, this time featuring the extraordinarily flawed candidacy of Herschel Walker against Raphael Warnock in an off-year election where Brian Kemp is not on the ballot to drag Herschel Walker up ballot. These are crap results, guys.
Yeah, it's not good. He's right about that. You don't have Brian Kemp pumping Herschel Walker now. Brian Kemp is no longer on the fucking ballot. So if it's a 1v1 between Walker and Warnock, Warnock looks way better than Walker. This is the correct assessment. there's going to be national attention on Herschel Walker. Let's be real. Walker, not exactly the best candidate under the microscope, okay? That's all I'm saying. The more attention is directed towards fucking Herschel Walker, the less his chances, the worse his chances are.
Bad results. I'm not going to sugarcoat stuff. I'm not going to pretend that this is a wonderful evening for Republicans or even that.
Like you can't have more the I'm police actually moments from Herschel Walker and expect him to win. You know what I mean? The more he's under the microscope, the more he has to talk on camera, the more he has to like maintain positions, the more he's going to say psychotic shit like I'm actually a cop, I killed people for fun, like but then Jesus Christ saved me. Like these are things he has said on the campaign run. Like he said these things. Bro, stop. Stop this, please. Stop making these jokes. Dr. Oz, a Muslim Turk, which is a scary foreigner. Nah, man, they don't give a shit about that. Meg Ergale, thank you for the 25. Get the subs. No. The fucking anti-Islam shit only works for like Ilhan Omar because she wears a hijab and is pro-Palestine. Not gonna work for Dr. Oz. He's white as fuck. He's a New Jersey television billionaire, brother. At a certain point, you have to recognize like there is no, he's a white man. Okay. No one ever even considered him to be Muslim. In my opinion, it's hard to get takeaways from the middle 10% of the population to switch to they vote for every 2 years law. They're not the most rational bunch. Hard to pin that group down. I know. We need to dramatically change our outreach strategy. Okay? Progressives need to keep pumping out that outreach strategy that they thought was a failure under Bernie Sanders the second time around, but they need to keep fucking working at it. Democrats should be spending money in that direction rather than hyping up psychotic fucking election-denying fascist Christian, Christo-nationalist fascists, okay? It's nuts. They're Christian nationalist fascists, whatever. I was trying to make it cute. New York soon to be red state according to Ben Shapiro. Any truth to that? No, there is. You could fix New York, but New York has always been. If you remember, I've talked about New York politics a lot. I've told you, New York politics is and has always been a horrible, hyper right, like controlled by some of the most right wing Democrats in the country. Not like right wing in the same way that like Henry Cuellar is, but right wing so much so that like they would rather maintain a stranglehold over like the Working Families Party in New York, and the only way to do that is by aligning with fucking Republicans, as Cuomo did regularly. Okay, then allow that machine to be overtaken by leftists. Let's take a look at some MAGA copium, though.
I got a question for you. Charlie may want to avoid the finger pointing right now, but I kind of don't. And I think that it's time for people to accept the reality of the civil war inside of the Republican Party. It does seem as though, talking about doing nothing, man, I've never seen anything more flaccid and linguini-spined than the way that corporate...
I love Benny Johnson talking about flaccid, dude. Holy shit. The only time Benny Johnson is not flaccid is when he's looking up gay cruises, okay? And then saying, oops, how did these ads for the gayest cruise come up on my timeline? That's crazy. True. It's true. Long Island is also full of rich white racists with the highest paid police force in the U.S., obviously super Republican leaning. Yeah. New Yorker here. Lee Zeldin had an insane support in the upstate where I live and in Long Island. He outperformed Trump in every single county, including the 5 boroughs, but not enough for him to win. Listen.
The corporate GOP approach to this very winnable election. Now, I think there's a lot of synthesis to be done, but you touched on McCarthy. I thought it was wild the way they rolled out this plan for America. I saw nothing about it. Nothing. I am obsessed with following the news. I got an entire team of young kids, 20 years old.
Oh my God, that's sus, bro. He said, I got an entire team of young kids. Yo, yikes, Benny. Chill, brother. What the fuck? Hey, yo, dude. What the fuck? Okay, Benny, calm down, brother. Calm down, bro. Calm down with your young kids. What the fuck?
All they do is look at clips online. Never once did I get a clip about Kevin McCarthy going based, going flamethrower, Kevin McCarthy rip-roaring. Never once.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, they didn't. Kevin McCarthy never memed. That's why they lost. That I love that. The big brains. You want to know? You want to know why Benny Johnson is not on Fox News and on the Charlie Kirk show instead? Because that's his analysis. Okay? Because he's a fucking idiot. That's why his show gets like 5 views on some forgotten platform. That's hilarious, dude. Nancy was constantly going viral. What do you mean? Yeah. That's why Nancy Pelosi is popping, because she goes viral with the laser eyes memes. To be honest, Gen Z came out for Fetterman because he knew how to utilize TikTok. Not the only reason, though. Meg Ergale, thank you for the 10 gifted subs again after the 25 gifted subs, allowing 35 people to no longer see the top of the hour ad break, which is coming right now. It's 35 motherfuckers. That's one way to avoid. One way to avoid the ads at the top of the hour. Another way is by subscribing for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. Cracky McWestside, thank you for the 5 get the subs. Here's the 1 minute ad break now. The Idle Room, thank you for the 5 get the subs. Huh.
I didn't get a single clip that like the corporate GOP did a single fire thing in this election. And we cover this
Benny,
day in and day out. We have the best damn people on the internet covering.
Yeah, Nancy Pelosi wins, and the Democratic Party wins because it's Nancy Pelosi's titties, dude. That's it.
The hottest clips out there.
Rocket 97, thank you for the 10 gifted. Let me cover, thank you for the 5 gifted.
Boost! I would have covered it. I have nothing against it. But I didn't get a single clip, Rich. Nothing.
20
God
seconds,
bless you,
Rich,
Benny.
and we'll talk over the break.
Yeah, Benny Johnson. Benny Johnson, dude. He has his finger on the pulse, ladies and gentlemen. Quality analysis. Not enough based, groiped up clips from Kevin McCarthy. Yeah. That's why. Lee Zeldin outperformed expectations, but not outperforming the polls. Why? He's based. He's based and red-pilled, groiped up shouty. That's why. Totally.
God bless you.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, God bless you. They released, I thought we were going to break.
Bro, the GOP is in a weird predicament. Okay? The brainwashing is not enough to captivate white suburban voters. Okay? You went too far. And that's unfortunately the only weapon you have, because God forbid, you're not going to fucking run on, like I said, tort reform, and you're not going to run on, cutting Social Security spending. You're not going to run on cutting benefits. That's a psychotic way to run. If you ran on that, you'd be a fucking Democrat. Let's be real. Only Democrats are dumb enough to fucking run on stupid shit like that. Okay? Well, they don't even run on it, but they end up legislating that way regardless. Okay? You're not doing that. You have to hit you have to hit the fucking high notes. And the high notes are, unfortunately, a little too high. Apparently. Hard to believe this wasn't a winning message. Rocket 97, thank you for the 10 gifted. Also, Let Me Cobra, thank you for the 5 gifted. I mean, that is what they fucking ran on. This is like every Long Island small business owner dickhead who wanted Lee Zeldin to be governor. No red wave means less content for you? Brother, I'm fine with that. You're crazy. If you think that America is not a fucking, is not a cesspool, if you think America is not going to always have a steady flow of content for me to make fun of, you're out of your fucking mind, okay? Remember, you guys said that in 2016. You said that in 2020. You said that when Bernie lost. You said there was not going to be anything. Every election cycle happens, and there's motherfuckers in here being like, dog, you're done. You're done after this election cycle. You know what I mean? Young 5G, thank you for the 10 gift subs. Human Body Pillow, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Emily Geitzen, 19, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Go through any tweets with leading conservatives questioning why they lost so hard. We'll see women being concerned about abortion rights and all of them. Republicans dying on the abortion hill. Cream Pie King, thank you for the 5 subs. Old baseball, what is this?